Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my favorite half hour of the week. I am Donna Lynn Hilton, producer for Goodspeed Musicals, and welcome to In the Home Office. Tonight, we have a special treat. I probably say that every week. Tonight, we're going to feature Matt Schicker and BLAIR RUSSELL of Show Shepard. We're going to learn about the service they provide to new musical development and meet one of the writers that they are working with tonight. So please welcome Matt Schicker and BLAIR RUSSELL, Show Shepard.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey there.
How you doing, guys?
We're good.
Doing okay, just like everybody else. We're hanging in.
Yeah, I like to begin this series with that question, and then to find out where everybody's been, how they've been surviving this pandemic. We'll start with you, Matt. Where are you? How have you been riding this out?
I'm in New York. I'm in Queens at my home, and it's been very weird being in New York all these months with little street activity and restaurants shut down, and most particularly all of the arts and culture being shut down. So it feels a little bit like being in a prison, but that's where Zoom comes in and StreamYard and all of these great platforms that suddenly we're all, used to already. I mean, it's kind of amazing how quickly that's happened.
I find that it does not wear me out as much as it used to. I think I have adjusted. And BLAIR, where are you? How have you been riding out the pandemic?
I've been very lucky. I'm currently in Mexico City. I've been here since March with a few trips to the U.S. But it's been good. I've had the support of Matt and him listening to all my crazy ideas across Zoom and text and email. So been happy down here and just trying to get through like everyone else.
Yep, great. And I've actually seen quite a bit of the two of you during our NAMPed town halls that happen just about weekly. So I've been able to keep in touch with both of you. But both of you have long history with Goodspeed. But can you just give us the quick bio? Matt, tell us about yourself.
Sure. So after working for commercial producers and nonprofit theater, that led me to collaborate with Goodspeed on two wonderful shows, Radio Girl being one, and then also we did LMNOP at the Norma Terrace Theater, which is where I met BLAIR, incidentally. And I started Show Shepard about 10 years ago, and it was to answer a problem that another Goodspeed person or a Goodspeed alumni, Sue Frost, I heard raise, which is, wouldn't it be great if a new musical or a new play had someone before the producer that could travel along with the show and support the artists as they interact with different theater companies and different workshops and readings. And so Goodspeed was very much the inspiration for what we're doing now.
It's lovely. And BLAIR, how did you get to where you are and intersect with Matt?
Yes, you have no idea about that at all.
Not a clue about this.
So I was started my career in theater as a stage manager and did a bit of traveling as some stage managers are known to do. Saw a job for a production assistant opened at a place called Goodspeed Musicals that I'd never heard of before. And all I knew it was in Connecticut, where I'd never really been before. But I applied for the job from California, got it, drove across the country in about 3 days, started working as a production assistant and eventually working for Donna Lynn as I guess fling 0.5, 1.5. I don't know. One of the earlier models. And met Matt there and started producing and developing with Matt. So.
Excellent. You've been involved in some pretty big titles lately, BLAIR, haven't you?
Yes, I've been very fortunate in the past year to make my Broadway co-producing debut with Slave Play and working on a number of other shows that are in development right now.
Excellent. We're very proud of you, if I may say that, on behalf of Goodspeed. So I feel like the best way to let our audience understand what Show Shepard is about is to share the promo video that you brought along, and then we'll talk a little bit more. And audience, if you have any questions, you can enter them into the chat on the right side of your screen, and we will get them answered. So, Michael Fling, when you're ready.
Hi, my name is Matt Schicker, and I'm the founder and president of Show Shepard. Show Shepard works with writers, producers, and theater companies to advance new shows that are in development, and to promote all kinds of theater and stage projects. I've been working in the entertainment industry for more than 20 years and exclusively in development for more than 10. My associate Blair Russell and I offer consulting, executive producing, line producing, and dramaturgy. And we're very excited about our newest offering, Show Shepard Digital Services. One of the main questions writers and producers always have is, how do we get an artistic director or a new works director to read or listen to our show? Everybody's so busy and attention spans are short. In today's world, playwrights, musical theater writers, independent producers, and theater companies must have a digital presence on social media and YouTube. Show Shepard Digital Services helps you tell the story of your show's creation and its goals in a custom video that will allow both industry professionals and musical theater fans to discover and fall in love with your work. And what new media does this include? We offer lyric videos, sizzle videos, and social media content. Lyric videos are a video montage of animated or scrolling text set to an audio recording provided by you.
I know I'll be happy there with so much freedom where I can grow and learn. She told me actresses sparkle and shimmer and have to be beautiful, that I'm almost beautiful, but not quite.
On YouTube, musical theater fans could discover your song and your show. Our enhanced lyric video allows for additional customization options.
Teach one woman and teach the world. Teach a woman and teach the world.
Sizzle videos are a short documentary video about your show and your creative process. A sizzle video can include still images or pre-existing video footage that relates to the creative process of your show. We also like to include commentary by the creators, but they also want to get a sense of you as a person and as a collaborator.
I've taught for many years at Juilliard. I've had my opera produced at the Manhattan School of Music. I teach courses about musicals and courses about opera.
For the Sizzle Plus Social package, we add 10 unique pieces of social media content in the same visual style as the Sizzle video, formatted for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Contact us today and let's get started.
Excellent. That's an excellent tool to introduce Show Shepard. So thank you for bringing it along. And it's almost as though you were psychic.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I know. And it's amazing that
we made that a year ago, I guess, just about. And, you were actually instrumental in the creation of that, because we came to you with the idea in the summer and said, what do you think of this? Would this be useful to you? What's the most important information you could get out of it? And so we started putting this together, and now, now look at where we are.
Perfect timing. I think maybe Blair's frozen a little bit in Mexico City, but so how has your work or your mission shifted in response to COVID?
Well, it's interesting, looking at this video and being surprised all over again that we were thinking about focusing on video when we're talking about stage works. Our idea then was to present to artistic directors like yourself, through a video, a short video, just because so much social media content and so forth is making our attention spans very short. And so we were taking in more and more information, and we need that information quickly. And so our idea was that video would be like the new way that writers could quickly communicate something without having to sit down and read the entire script and listen to the entire demo. But now that we're forced to have to do things digitally, it's really turned out to be an even more valuable tool, because it's really the only way, that someone could get a real encapsulation of a show without spending the time, to actually go through the material. So I'm pleased that we were forward thinking, not so happy about the reason that it's become so important.
It's true. It's true. I'm experiencing a little bit of delay. I don't know if everyone else is. Maybe StreamYard's taking care of it for us. So apologies if people are having a hard time following our conversation. And you guys made a big announcement today. Before we get to the artists we're going to share today, you were the second story on the Broadway briefing this morning. Tell us about your announcement today.
Yeah, Blair, you want to fill everybody in?
Yeah, sure. We are very, very happy to announce that we have grown our little Show Shepard family. It used to be just Matt and I, but now we've added 3 new members to our team to work as advisors to our clients and to anybody who wants to learn more about Show Shepard. And that's Anthony McDonald, who is a Broadway house manager as well as a freelance general manager. That's Kareem Washington, who's an entertainment lawyer, and Phaedra Michelle Scott, who is a dramaturg and producer for Audible. So now we have 3 new people, and we're very excited to have them just to be able to collaborate with them and really become a one-stop shop for new musical development.
Well, it's really exciting that at this time when all of the theaters are struggling so to keep themselves going and everybody in our industry is facing such challenges, it was really thrilling to hear that you guys were expanding. So
collaborating is so important, and that's why we did it. We need to all stick together.
Mm-hmm. And we're also excited because the 3 people that we just mentioned are all people of color.
Yeah.
And right now we want to be something that other groups in our industry can look to as an example of this is what it looks like to have an organization that is primarily made up of people of color, which is very, unusual. So, and we need to correct that, and we want to be on the front edge of that.
That's wonderful. And we all know that exciting work is going to come from that collaboration.
Yes.
So congratulations. So I think so we don't run too long tonight. Let's go ahead and meet the writer.
All right.
Let's go ahead and bring our writer in. We have Jorge Rivera-Herrans joining us tonight. And I'll ask one of you to introduce him, share a little bio information as Jay joins us.
Absolutely. Jay is our Career Launch Fellow. It's a new program that we started this year in response to the theater shutdown and thinking about how could we continue working, how could we help writers continue their work and get encouragement and advice even during this time. And Jay was connected to us by a professor at Notre Dame University where he was finishing up his undergrad and he graduated virtually. And we were told that he was a super talent. We met him and agreed immediately once we heard some of his work. And we've been collaborating with him, not collaborating in an official capacity as creatives, but as advisors to him through his process on his new show called Epic. So Jay, you want to tell us a little bit more about yourself and also tell us a little bit about Epic?
Yeah, for sure. So hello, everybody. My name is Jorge Miguel Rivera-Herrans. Some of my friends just call me Jay. And I recently graduated from the University of Notre Dame, where I studied film, theater, and television. During my time at Notre Dame, I wrote an original musical. I was a co-writer for Heart Says Go, which I wrote with Professor Matt Hawkins. And that musical is now being developed with Apples and Oranges Arts and with the Goodman Theater. Right now with Show Shepard, I'm working on an original project called Epic. Now, Epic is a musical adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey that asks the question, when does a man become a monster? And the way we do that is that we take a character, Odysseus, and who is constantly trying to be a good man, and we put him into increasingly morally complex situations. At times, he has to make decisions where we might deem him as monstrous or evil, but we try to see if those decisions can be justified. And the point of the musical is to send a message that sometimes we have to do things that are very difficult in order to protect those that we love, and that's okay sometimes.
The Odyssey is a big story, And the minute we heard Jay's music, it sounded epic. And so we knew right away, okay, he's on the right track.
Yeah. And weekly we've been meeting with Jay and discussing different scenes and different songs.
We've had no trouble with this platform, and I seem to be having a mess tonight. Michael Flynn, can you get in and take over for me so that
Sure. You know what? Sure. So actually, because we're talking about the music and stuff, let's use this as a transition to look at the clip that you brought us of a song you brought us from the show. So Jay, can you kind of set up that clip for us?
Sure. Okay. So the song that you're about to hear is called Full Speed Ahead, and it sort of serves as the opening number for the show. The reason I say sort of is because the show actually has a prologue. This song presents the narrator for the show, Athena, who was voiced by my great friend Tegan Early, one of the best voices I've ever heard. And so it sort of serves as the I want / the opening number of the show. Hope you guys enjoy.
It's pretty great, if I do say so myself. So let's get to it.
There once was a man, cunning mind running through the sky and the sand, in the land of gods and monsters, sought to see his family prosper at any and all cost, and through the process he remained dauntless. Now he's remembered forever for his endeavors, and all he ever lived was the life of a legend, a life that was epic.
600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind: make it back alive to our homeland. 600 men, 600 miles of open sea. But the problem's not the distance, it's what lies in between. And if it goes waiting, my kingdom is waiting. The kingdom is waiting. Penelope's waiting for me. So full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. 600 men, we're tired, weary, and fatigued from war. We're broken and old like the bones in our bodies. 600 men, who knows how long he can keep them in line. It's just a matter of time before someone tries to end you. And I cannot falter, better not falter. Gotta keep my head low, gotta keep your head low. Then I'll evade the burns and make the journey home. So full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. We're up and away we go. We're up and away we go.
And so begins the glorious tale, historian tale about a more notorious male. The story entails failures and gory trails and mortals who sail around to hell and back to prevail. I'll unveil what I know right off the top of my head. Most of these sorry souls are gonna end up dead. So as you hold on to the mast, I must ask, are you prepared? Cause here every corner's a warning to beware.
Waiting, my kingdom is waiting. My family's waiting for me. And I know I cannot falter. And I know I can't slow down. Even though the gods are watching me to see if I will drown. So full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. We're up and away we go. We're up and away we go. We're up and away we go. We're up and full speed ahead.
That certainly is epic, if I do say so myself.
Thank you so much.
I would
That
absolutely
is
agree with
epic, Jay.
Thank you.
Yes,
Just wonderful.
yes.
It's just such a great song. I
Thank
really
you so much.
loved it. And this was, I'm sorry that I was having trouble, and I may still be having some getting in and out, but I didn't know the show. And so I was really excited to hear just a piece of it and get to learn a little bit about it. So congratulations. It's an absolutely beautiful song.
Thank you. I'm
So
glad you guys
forgive
enjoyed
me if I missed some of this early when I was having my connection problems. What has been your development history so far?
With Epic or just in general?
With Epic.
With Epic, sweet. So I actually had the idea of Epic happened to me about a year ago. I went to Matt Hawkins, who is the other co-writer for my first musical, My Heart Says Go, and I told him I wanted to write a show that is very big and has some really complex moral questions. And I told him I wanted it to be super big and epic, and I wanted it to have people on with fight scenes and monsters and boats in the ocean. And he kind of looked at me and said, so the Odyssey. And it's funny because at the time I was like, nah, not the Odyssey. But then I went home and I was like, that's genius. He's a genius. And so, yes, now I'm writing a musical about the Odyssey. And by the way, for viewers at home who might not know what the Odyssey is, it's an epic poem by the Greek poet Homer that tells the story of a man, Odysseus, and his journey home from war. Now, on this journey home, he comes across all kinds of creatures, including cyclops and sirens and witches and gods and other kinds of monsters. And it's really an amazing story that's lasted the test of time, and I totally recommend it for anyone who hasn't checked it out before. And so, yeah, and in the show, we try to take that, we try to take all of those events and ask some intense moral questions and get some fun musical jams in there as well. And
is that song typical of the rest of the score?
Oh, well, here's where okay. Yes and no. Okay, I'm super excited about the music for this reason. When we're dealing with people in the mortal realm, so we're dealing like humans or just like monsters, or sorry, not monsters, but like animals or things that we would see in the mortal realm. The music is very reliant on orchestral beats and a mixture of like pop and rap, but very reliant on orchestral beats. What's really fun though, oh, thank you. What's really fun though is that when we go, as the musical progresses and as the characters and the audience who are along for the journey, as we continue to see more and more magical beings and magical phenomena, the music adjusts for that. So for example, Athena has music that's super electronic when we get to her like solo songs, right? It's super electronic and almost sounds like you're at disco, whereas the music for like Poseidon will be a completely different feel. And the justification for that is that since the gods are omniscient and they just know more than the mortals in general, they have a broader spectrum of music to choose from. And so long story short, humans, orchestra, gods, goddesses, and monsters, more electronic pop and EDM.
Well, Jay, unless you can stir up a little bit of excitement for your work, I don't think you're going to go anywhere.
It's been so nice to hear from Jay, and he inspires us. And you know, I think Matt and I are both like, yeah, the Odyssey, we know that. And then every week we'll talk to him and we'll be like, yeah, no, we didn't know this. We didn't know anything about this. And so he'll go really in depth with us. And I think you described it from the quote, you know, when technology is advanced enough, it's not that different from magic to the public. And so
my friend Gabe
when you were talking to us about the music, you said you wanted it to be a little bit like that with the gods. And you're very humble, but I think we should also mention that you heard Jay's voice on that recording and all the harmonies and the music and the lyrics. And I'm sure you did some of the production as well, if not all of it. So
amazing. Amazing.
You guys, appreciate it.
Just amazing. So I know that pandemic has put a hold on everything, but do you guys know what next steps will be when we're finally able to creep out?
Well, I think, you know, we're going to continue working along with Jay as he finishes his first full draft. And then we'll probably have a period of taking stock of, you know, what work he may want to continue to do on that and get some feedback. And then we'll just have to see, you know, where is the place where this could be explored in any way on its feet. You know, but of course, none of us know what the timing of that's going to be. But I really look forward to the time when we can get some designers and a director working with Jay on this, because, you know, if some advice that we would give to theater writers is, don't be thinking about whether something's practical or how it would be created on stage, an image or a set piece or something like that. The Odyssey is full of things that raise questions about how are you going to do that on stage. And I just love the thought of designers just sinking their teeth into how do we make all of this happen on stage? What technology can we use? What resources, puppetry, who knows what amazing ideas will come out of this.
Well, it's really an exciting piece, and I cannot wait to follow its journey. I'm so glad that you guys introduced us to it. When I invited you to join us tonight, I said, and bring along a show. And I just had no idea what you would bring. And it's always so thrilling to come across something that we're not familiar with. And I just wish you all the best, Jay. It's been great meeting you and hearing about your show. And I think we need to give a little shout out to the artist who created that work behind you.
Oh, yes, my sister painted these. Voila. They're not for sale.
Oh,
sorry.
Too bad. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. All right. Well, guys, I don't want to keep you too long, but thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to everybody who tuned in. I see, Jay, that you have a community of people supporting your work, and I think that that is well deserved. And I can't wait to follow your journey, not just this piece, but your whole career. So thank you both, all three of you, for joining us. Thank you, everybody at home, for watching. I hope that you did not miss the announcement that we have gotten back to work a little bit at Goodspeed. We have a series of long concerts running until September 26th. So please visit goodspeed.org if you would like to get the details and secure your socially distanced seating. Thank you all so much for being with us, and good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone who's watching.
Thank you.